Welcome and study with Tanzania Institute of Education.
Physics Form 1. Welcome to our physics lesson.
How are you, Form 1 student? Now please prepare your exercise book so we start our lesson. Alright, I hope now you're ready to start our lesson, and I'm ready as well. Dear student, today's lesson is about force, and we shall be discussing about the concepts of force and stating its SI unit. Dear student, in our daily life we always push or pull different objects, such as pushing or pulling the door or pulling the table when you're cleaning the class. What happens when you pull or push those objects? Actually, what you observed is due to a force. Therefore, a force is a push or pull upon an object resulting from the object's interaction with another object. Whenever there is an interaction between two objects, there is a force upon each of the objects. When the interaction ceases, the two objects no longer experience the force. Forces only exist as a result of an interaction. The following are the types of interaction. First, contact force or interaction. Second, action at a distance. Force is what pulls things, pushes things, gets things moving, slow down moving things, holds or keeps things balanced. Whatever the effect, force can be defined as a pull or push. Suppose a book is lying in the middle of the flat table. Suddenly, it started moving. Would you get surprised? Of course. Most of the people, when they observe such a thing happening, they start looking for a cause. However, in such situation, a scientific name for a cause of motion is what we call force. We cannot see force, but we can feel its effects. We use and feel force all the time, but we are not all the time consciously aware of force. In our daily life, force can make several changes to objects, including causing change in the way the object moves, causing change of the size or shape of the object, and causing change of the direction in which the object is moving.
And now, let's go for a short break. After a short break, let us proceed with our teacher. Welcome, physics teacher.
Dear student, after learning the meaning of force, now let us discuss the effects of force. In our daily life, we always experience different effects of forces in various occasions, like when you're carrying a bucket of water, moving or carrying a carton of books, and so many more. These simple activities demonstrate that force is indeed a push or pull on an object. Dear student, after understanding the meaning of force by looking its effects, let us move on to see the SI unit of force. The standard international unit of force is called Newton and is abbreviated by the capital letter N. It was named after Sir Isaac Newton, who in the middle of the 17th century developed the ideas on the effect of force on the motion of a body. Therefore, the study of mechanics deals mostly with the effects of force on a matter. Dear student, so far, do you know the instruments which are used to measure force? In measuring force, one of the instruments used is called a spring balance. A spring balance consists of the coiled spring fixed to support at the one end with the hook at the other end. The body is hung on the hook, which causes the spring to stretch at a certain distance which is proportional to the force applied by the balance. A pointer is attached to the spring and the force is indicated on the calibrated scale. The greater the force, the more the spring is stretched and the higher the reading on the scale. Therefore, when the force is applied to a body, it causes motion which is in the direction of the force. Dear student, we have come to an end of the discussion of the concept of force. its SI unit, and the measurement of force. Now, test your potential understanding on what we have discussed by answering the following questions. Please take a pen and paper to write them.
Let's study, be educated.
Welcome and study with Tanzania Institute for Education.
Now, these are the questions. 1. Give the meaning of force. Number 2. Explain what happens when the force is applied to A. a moving body, B. a stationary body. Number 3. State the SI unit of force. And 4. Write the instrument used to measure force. Thank you for listening. See you in the next lesson.
Thank you, physics teacher, for the good lesson. I hope you have understood the lesson. We have reached the end of our class session for today. Till next time, bye!
Let's study, be educated.
Welcome and study with Tanzania Institute for Education.